Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Wilhelm Scream, and welcome back to another day in Destiny 2 Shadowkeep for some more Destiny 2 news and Season of Dawn intel. And SAINT-14, if you didn't know, has returned to the tower as a new vendor. A lot of people thought he was going to be returning as a vendor. We didn't know when, but he has appeared today in the tower hangar. If you don't know where, it's pretty easy to find on the map as a new vendor. With him, a quest line has appeared that comes in 3 different parts. And I have some cheeses, tips, tricks, and a glitch to share with you guys in regards to this particular quest chain. And I'm going to get to all of those things in just one second, but first I just want to remind everybody, still doing the giveaway on my YouTube channel at 15,000 subscribers. I think we're only 200 subscribers away at the time I post this video. All you have to do to be entered into that giveaway is like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, turn on the notifications, the bell, right next to the big red subscribe button, and follow me on Instagram or Twitter. They'll be linked in the description box below. And as always, guys, if you stick around to the end of the video, I'll have a trivia question. You can leave the answer into the comments section to be entered into that giveaway a second time on this video. And guys, we're giving away a Season of Dawn seasonal pass, so you don't want to miss out. Again, we're only 200 subscribers away, so make sure to enter. Alright guys, so this quest chain from SAINT-14, as I said, comes in 3 different parts, and you're going to want to double up on as many things when it comes to this quest chain as possible. The quest chain, of course, has the 3 parts as I mentioned. Cornerstone is one, a Guardian's Duty, and Tribute to the Colonies. Cornerstone will require you to defeat Fallen, Cabal, and Vex enemies anywhere in the system. They will have to be yellow bar enemies, so powerful Vex or powerful Cabal. I would suggest running any sort of lost sector or a strike, or just doing public events. Any of these will count anywhere in the system. A Guardian's Duty will require you to complete 8 Vanguard bounties. So if you don't have any Vanguard bounties already completed, you're going to want to get those, collect them, and try to do as many of those as you can while you're doing the other things. And of course, Tribute to the Colonies, which will require you to defeat 100 enemies of any type on the planet Titan. So as I said, guys, you're going to want to try to double up on as many of these things as possible. So the first thing you're going to want to do, guys, besides get as many Vanguard bounties as you possibly can if you don't have them, is head to Titan. Now the way you're going to want to double up on everything, not only the kills or obviously the strike bounties, is by entering the strike on Titan. Now I know your teammates might get a little bit miffed at you because you're going to be just essentially leaving them once you enter the strike, but these are not strike playlist strikes. These are just the planetary strikes that everybody's sort of running to grind out a few bounties themselves, so I'm sure people won't be that upset. However, if you are in a group of 3, it will make this whole process a lot easier. So pick up the bounties, go into the strike, and then essentially just run into the open world zone. Once you're in the open world zone, any kill you get on any enemy will also count as a strike kill. So you're essentially going to be doubling up on the 100 enemies you need to defeat, as well as getting your bounties done for that 8 bounty completion. Once you've completed your 100 kills on Titan, you're going to want to head over to Nessus to Failsafe, where she will give you the next part of the Tribute to the Colonies questline. Nessus is a very convenient area when trying to complete the Cornerstone section of this trio of quests, because it does have lost sectors that have Cabal, Vex, and Fallen separately in this one zone, or excuse me, this planet. So if you're looking for yellow bar enemies of those 3 types to kill, this is a good place to do it. The second part of this quest will require you to do 2 public events, a patrol mission, and also defeat 100 enemies. If you do a heroic public event, it will count as the 2. Patrols are pretty easy to knock off. I would suggest maybe staying in Exodus Black, as it's fairly localized. For the 100 enemies anywhere in the system, you'll probably get them done also doing the lost sectors for the cornerstone section. If you're still looking for ways to complete your 8 bounties, this is another good opportunity because you can simply use the same technique that we used previously by entering a strike. Insight Terminus is a good option because it allows you access to the open world zone where, again, you can get kills that will count towards your bounties. Once you've completed everything on Nessus, you'll then return to the tower and go see SAINT-14 again. He will then hand you the next steps of this 3-part quest line. For a Guardian's duty, he will present you with a book of bounties. You will then be asked to present that book of bounties to an altar directly behind where SAINT-14 is currently standing in the tower, essentially at the bottom of his ship's steps. I'm not really sure why Bungie does things where they essentially give you an item and then ask you to present it to a place directly adjacent to where you're standing. But in any case, when you do this step, you will be presented with 4 new daily bounties that SAINT-14 gives you.
I long to see old Russia again.
These bounties award you XP as well as moderate FRACTALINE, which is a new material which is somewhat sought after as it's what allows you access to the new obelisk weapons.
Go in peace. Find a moment to quiet your thoughts. These eyes so
For a tribute to the Colonies, you'll be asked to go to the EDZ to speak with Devrim K. And for Cornerstone, you'll be asked to return to the courtyard where a new obelisk will be available.
We do not stand atop the wall to be above others, to watch over.
Once you return to the courtyard, you will then approach the new obelisk and will ask you to synchronize itself with the 4 previously released obelisks. You can do this by picking up the sundial links, which will ask you to go and complete a new bounty at each one of the 4 previously released obelisks. Simply go and do a new time loss bounty or any time loss bounty that is available at any one of these obelisks to synchronize all 4. The new tower obelisk will have a new set of weapons available, as well as Time Lost Friends, which increases your progression, and FRACTALINE Skimmer, which increases the chances of getting FRACTALINE components. Once you've gone and seen Devrim K in the EDZ and completed a similar quest chain that was asked by Failsafe, you can then return to SAINT-14, where he'll have a Tribute to the Past quest step to give you. This will again require you to simply place another item at an altar directly next to where SAINT-14 is standing in the tower. Didn't cover Devrim K quite as much because at this point all you'll need to do is the lost sectors, a patrol, and a couple of public events. No more bounties will be required, so the need to double up on a few things by entering a strike won't be necessary. You will then be required to return to the 4 previously released obelisks and complete a time loss weapons bounty. This is fairly straightforward if you've been doing time loss weapons bounties. Any previously completed weapons bounties will also count towards the synchronization. However, there is a fairly major glitch in regards to the EDZ obelisk that will severely impair your progress. Essentially, this glitch prevents you from accessing the obelisk itself. However, there is a fairly easy workaround for this glitch. It can be done 2 ways. You can either spawn into the sludge and then enter the gulch through the sludge, or spawn into the gulch, D-zone into the sludge, and then re-enter the gulch. However, this is not a guarantee to work. I had to do this several times before I was actually able to access the obelisk, but currently it is the only way to actually get or prevent this particular glitch from occurring. You'll then need to return to the tower courtyard and activate the 4 nodes corresponding to the 4 planetary obelisks. Once this is done, you will have access to all weekly bounties on all 4 planets, as well as all time loss weapons bounties corresponding to the 4 other obelisks. So thank you all so much for watching all the way to the end of the video. And for today's secret trivia question, this particular individual was once in a near-death car accident when he was a young man in his late teens. He was a very big gearhead at the time. He tuned his car quite often. He would later go on to become a director, and his very first major hit was inspired by not only his accident, but also the cruising him and his friends used to do around his town when he was a kid. He later went on to do a few other things, but if you can name for me that director, leave it in the comment section down below. We'll enter you into the giveaway a second time for this video. And as always, guys, I am Wilhelm Scream. We will see you next time. Little.